Morning children, we are learning chapter 2 physical features of India. The northern plain, we are learning about the northern plain. Let's continue the topic. See, one important feature of northern plain is distributaries. So distributary forms when the river at their lower course split into numerous channels due to deposition of silt, and these channels are known as distributaries. Suppose this is a river, it is coming from this direction. You have learned about distributary in early classes. See again, the river and it is coming from this direction. So at the lower course what will happen? The river will start depositing silt on its way, because at the lower course the slope will be very gentle, much gentle. So the river will be unable to carry the silt. So what the river will do? It will leave the silt on its way, and the river water will form various channels. This way the river water will get distribute in this way, and this is known as distributary. Again here it will deposit silt here, and then again river water will form channel. Again the water will distribute. So this is known as distributary. In a very simple sentence you can understand here, when stream or river distributes from the main river or split out from the main river, it is known as distributaries. And when the stream or river joins the main river, it is called tributary. And when the river split out from the main river, it is known as distributary. Okay, you understand? When a river joins the main river, it is called distributary, and when a river split or distribute from the main river, it is called distributary. So children, distributary is that river which originates from the main river. So listen again, the river at their lower course split into various channels, due to deposition of silt, and these channels are known as distributaries. River in their lower course split into numerous channels due to deposition of silt, and these channels are known as distributaries. Now let's see division of northern plain. Division of northern plain. We divide northern plain on two bases. First is 3 sections of northern plain based on river, and then 4 regions of the northern plain based on the variation in relief features. See again, the northern plain is broadly divided into 3 sections. The northern plain is broadly divided into 3 sections, and the basis of the division is river. First is Punjab plain, then Ganga plain, then Brahmaputra plain. Punjab plain in the west, then in the middle Ganga plain, and in the east Brahmaputra plain. Now see again here, according to the variation in the relief features, northern plain can be divided into 4 regions, and these 4 important regions are Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar, Khadar. Inculcate in your mind 3 sections of northern plain based on river. 3 sections inculcate in your mind: Punjab plain, Ganga plain, Brahmaputra plain. 4 sections, 4 regions based on variation in relief features. These are Bhabar. First is Bhabar, then Terai region, then Bhangar, then Khadar. Bhabar, Tirai, Bhangar, Khadar. Let's learn about all of them in detail. First, see Punjab Plain. See Punjab Plain. Punjab Plain, it is the western part of northern plain. Punjab Plain is here, then Ganga Plain here, and Brahmaputra Plain here. See Punjab Plain, it is the northwest part of northern plain. This is Punjab Plain. Punjab Plain is the northwest part of northern plain. It is formed by river Indus. River Indus is here. It is formed by river Indus and its tributaries. The river Indus here and its tributaries are Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum. The tributary of river Indus are Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum. So children, Punjab Plain is formed by river Indus and its tributaries. But the large part of this plain lies in Pakistan. In our country, Punjab Plain is extended over the state Punjab. Now see the features. Punjab Plain, it is western part of northern plain. See, it is western part of northern plain. Then formed by river Indus and its tributaries. See river Indus here and its tributaries. The plain is formed by river Indus and its tributaries, but its large part lies in Pakistan. Now it is spreaded over Punjab. In our country, it is spreaded over the state Punjab, and this region is dominated by Doab. You know what is the meaning of Doab? Doab, the word Doab is made up of two words. Do. Do means two, Ab means water. So Doab means the place between two water, the place between two river. Similarly, the word Punjab. Similarly, the word Punjab, it is also made of two words, Panj and Ab. Panj means five, Ab means water. It means the land between five water. And you know the name of that water, the name of that river, they are Indus, Satluj, Beas, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum. So children, Doab means the land between two water. Inculcate in your mind. Doab means, Do means two, Ab means water. So Doab means the land between two water. The next is the Ganga Plain. Ganga Plain extends between river Ghaggar. River Ghaggar is here. River Ghaggar, and you know river Tista here. So the part of northern plain lying between river Ghaggar and river Tista, this part, it is known as Ganga Plain. Ganga Plain, and it was Punjab Plain. It was Punjab Plain, and this is Ganga Plain. So the Ganga Plain extends between river Ghaggar. Here is river Ghaggar and river Tista. So the part of the northern plain, the middle part of the northern plain extended between river Ghaggar and river Tista. It is known as Ganga Plain. Ganga Plain is the middle part of northern plain lying between river Ghaggar and river Tista. Now see, it is spreaded over the states of northern India. Which states? These states are, first here is Haryana, Delhi, Union Territory Delhi, then Uttar Pradesh here, then Bihar, partially Jharkhand, the north tip of Jharkhand, Bihar and West Bengal. So it is extended over the states of northern India. like it is spread over Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, north part of Jharkhand and West Bengal. So the Ganga plain is spread over all these states. This is Ganga plain. From here up to here, this is Ganga plain. Now see, Ganga plain, it is middle part of northern plain. See, Ganga plain, it is middle part of northern plain. In the west, which plain is? It is Punjab plain. In the west, it is Punjab plain. In the east, it is Assam, Brahmaputra plain. In the Assam, it is Brahmaputra plain. In the west, it is Punjab plain. In the east, it is Brahmaputra plain. And in middle, it is Ganga plain. See, it is the middle part of northern plain, lying between river Ghaggar and river Tista. River Ghaggar and river Tista, lying between river Ghaggar and river Tista, and spreaded over which states? Spreaded over Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, partially Jharkhand and West Bengal. There is Brahmaputra plain. Brahmaputra plain is the eastern part of northern plain. It is the eastern section of northern plain, and it is formed by river Brahmaputra and its tributaries. See here, this from here to here, it is Brahmaputra plain. It is the eastern section of northern plain, and it is formed by river Brahmaputra and its tributaries, and it is spreaded over Assam. It lies in Assam. So Brahmaputra plain lies in Assam. See here again, Brahmaputra plain, it is the eastern part of the northern plain, and it is formed by river Brahmaputra and its tributaries, and spreaded over Assam. So see, these are the three sections of northern plain based on river: Punjab plain, Ganga plain, Brahmaputra plain. Now you see children, the northern plain are generally described as the flat land with no variation in the relief, but it is not true. These vast plains also have diverse relief feature. So according to the variation on the relief feature, according to the variation in the relief feature, the northern plain can be divided into 4 regions, and these 4 regions are Bhabar region, Tarai region, Bhangar region, Khadar. Memorize this: Bhabar, Tarai, Bhangar, Khadar. Now let's learn about them. See, Bhabar. It is a belt of about 8 to 16 km width, lying parallel to the slope of Shivalik, comprised of pebbles deposited by river, and streams disappear here. See here, this is mountain, Himalayan mountain, Shivalik here. Now what happened? The river, after descending from the mountains, deposits pebbles. Pebbles here means large stones, rocks. The river deposits here pebbles in a narrow belt, about 8 to 16 km width, lying parallel to the slope of Shivalik, and the plain formed due to this deposit, the deposit of pebble, it is known as Bhabar plain. Now you see, you know that the river over the mountain, because the slope here is much steep, So what the river do? The river breaks rock from here, transport it with them. Why? Because of the steep slope, the river transport the rock, the sediments, the pebbles with them. And here at the foothill of the mountain where the slope breaks, break of slope, at the foothill of the mountain where the slope breaks, then what will happen? The river will not capable of transporting the big pebbles, the large rocks, the large stone. The river will be unable to carry the pebbles, the large stones, the builders. So what the river will do? The river will deposit the pebbles over here and move flow on ahead with water and fine sediments. So the river deposit here pebbles in a narrow belt of about 8 to 16 kilometer. This plain is known as Bhabar. It is formed due to deposition of pebble by the river, and it lie parallel to the slope of Shivalik. So this plain is known as Bhabar plain. Just understand it like this. Suppose this is Shivalik mountain here, the river descending from the mountain. Here the slope is too much steep, so the river will carry large stones, pebbles, rock with them. And here when the slope breaks, the slope changes, what the river will do? The river will start depositing the pebbles over here and deposit it in a narrow belt of about, the width of this belt will be about 8 to 16 kilometer. So this belt, it is known as Bhabar. This is known as Bhabar. Now what happened here in the Bhabar? The stream disappear in the Bhabar. Why disappear? Because of the porosity of the region. The water will spread out and the water will flow from the side or from under the pebbles. So all the stream disappear here because of its porosity. The water will flow from under the pebble or from the side of the pebble. Now what happened? South of Bhabar region, again the river appears, the stream appears along with water and fine sediments, and then this region becomes wet and swampy and marshy. This is known as Tarai. This is known as Tarai. This is Bhabar and south of Bhabar is Tarai. Listen carefully. South of this belt means south of Bhabar, the streams and the river re-emerge here and creates wet, swampy and marshy region. Why wet, swampy and marshy? Due to water and sediments, fine sediments. So this region is wet, swampy and marshy, and it is known as Terai region. See here, in this way, again the river water will emerge over here along with the fine sediments, and this region will become wet and swampy. So this is known as Terai. This is known as Terai. So children, the Terai region, it was thick forested region full of wildlife. So the forests have been cleared here to create agricultural land and to settle migrant from the Pakistan after partition. This region, Dudhwa National Park is in UP, is in this region. Now see here, at the foothill of the mountain, Bhabar is here. Then south of Bhabar is Tarai. Now let's see Bhangar. The large part of the northern plain is formed of old alluvium, and this is Bhabar plain. So Bhabar plain lies above the flood plain. The Bhabar plain lies above the flood plain. Suppose this is flood plain. This is flood plain. Every year the river, here is river. Suppose this is river here, and during the flood, this is flood plain, and every year during the flood the river water spread out here. This is flood plain. See, this is floodplain. So Bhangar lies above the floodplain of the river and present a terrace-like feature. This is called terrace-like feature. Why? Because it lies over the floodplain, so it forms terrace-like feature. This. So Bhangar will be here. It lies above the floodplain and present a terrace-like feature. This is, here is Bhangar. This is terrace-like feature. This is river terrace. This is river terrace, and Bhangar will be here. This part is known as Bhangar, and a large part of northern plain is formed of Bhangar, formed of old alluvium. So Bhangar is old alluvium deposit of northern plain. Keep in mind, Bhangar is old alluvium deposit of northern plain. So the soil of this region, the soil of Bhangar, contain calcareous deposit known as kankar. Calcareous deposit means having calcium carbonate. So it is known as kankar. So Bhangar contains kankar. Now see Khadar. Khadar lies on the floodplain. Khadar is new alluvium deposit. Khadar is new alluvium deposit of the floodplain. See, the new younger deposit of the floodplain is known as Khadar. Khadar is new alluvium deposit of the floodplain. It is found over in the floodplain. Floodplain where every year the river causes flood. Now they are renewed almost every year, so they are fertile. So how the Khadar renewed every year? What happened? When there is the flood, what will happen then? The river water will spread it over here. When there is flood, the river water will be spreaded over here. And again, when the flood is over, the river will return back to its position and leaving sediments over here, leaving new sediments over here. So this plain is Khadar, and it is renewed every year by the river during the flood. It is renewed every year by the river. So it is fertile, and because it is fertile, so it is ideal for intensive agriculture. Now see again, Bhangar is the old alluvium deposit of the northern plain. It lies on the flood plain. It is less fertile than the Khadar. Bhangar is less fertile than the Khadar. Then is Khadar. Khadar is new alluvium and younger deposit of the flood plain. Flood plain is here, Khadar will be here, here and here Khadar. So it is young deposit of the flood plain and it get renewed almost every year. So it is fertile. Khadar is fertile. Khadar is new and it is fertile. Bhangar is old and less fertile as compared to the Khadar. So see here again, Bhabar, Tarai, Bhangar, Khadar. Bhabar, it is formed due to deposition of pebble by the river on the foothill of Shivalik. South of Bhabar is Terai. It is wet, swampy and marshy region. Then is Bhangar. Bhangar is old alluvium deposit of the northern plain, lies above the flood plain. Then is Khadar. Khadar is new and younger deposit of the flood plain and lies on the flood plain, and it is renewed almost every year and it is fertile. Now note down division of northern plain. 3 sections based on river: Punjab plain, Ganga plain, Brahmaputra plain. Punjab plain, it is the western part of northern plain. formed by river Indus and its tributaries, spreaded over Punjab, dominated by Doabs. Then Ganga Plain. It is the middle part of northern plain, lies between river Ganga and river Tista, spreaded over Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, partially Jharkhand and West Bengal. Then number 3, Brahmaputra Plain. It is eastern part of northern plain, formed by river Brahmaputra and its tributaries, and spreaded over Assam. Then see 4 regions based on variation in relief features: Bhabar, Tarai, Bhangar, Khadar. Okay, one thing is there. Before this, you will have to locate the 3 sections: Punjab Plain, Ganga Plain and Brahmaputra Plain on the map. This is your homework. Locate here. Color and label here Punjab Plain here. Entirely in Punjab, Punjab Plain. Here it is Ganga Plain. Ganga Plain here. You will color and label Ganga Plain here. Ganga Plain. Then Brahmaputra Plain here. Brahmaputra Plain. This is Brahmaputra Plain. You will have to color and label it. Ganga Plain. Punjab Plain. So this is your homework. Color and label Punjab Plain, Ganga Plain, Brahmaputra Plain. Now see 4 regions based on relief feature: Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar, Khadar. See Bhabar, belt of about 8 to 16 km width, lying parallel to the slope of Shivalaks, composed of pebble deposited by rivers. Streams disappear here. Then is Terai. South of Bhabar lies Terai. It is wet, swampy and marshy region lying south of Bhabar belt. Then Bhangar, formed of old alluvium, and it lie above flood plain, so are less fertile than the Khadar. Bhangar is also fertile, but it is less fertile than Khadar. Then is Khadar, new alluvium deposit of the flood plain, renewed every year, so are more fertile. So just have the difference between the Bhangar and the Khadar. Bhangar is the old alluvium deposit of the northern plain. Khadar is the new alluvium deposit of the northern plain. Bhangar, old alluvium; Khadar, new alluvium. Then Bhangar lies above the flood plain and Khadar lies on the flood plain. Bhangar above the flood plain and Khadar on the flood plain. The next difference is Bhangar are less fertile than Khadar. Bhangar are less fertile than Khadar, where Khadar is more fertile than Bhangar.